Hey you guys, all right, so at some point I may regret doing this video with like not a stitch of makeup on, but I don't care. I want it to be real and, you know, we're talking about skin, so I'm so sick of like, honestly, I don't want to come on here with a full face of makeup on and a million filters trying to like blur my imperfections when the message is like what my skin, you know, like how I'm taking care of my skin, and you should see what it really looks like. We're going to be so transparent. I'm going to talk about everything that I do to my skin, new products. I did buy a few of the new skin stuff. We'll talk about that, just my favorite things. And it is in the morning, so I just washed my face and I'm like dying to put something on it, but I want to do it with you guys and kind of demo a few little devices and stuff. So I just keep like spraying this on to like keep it comfortable. Any kind of like facial spray. I mean, this is the Avene, which I've had for a while. It's really good. I mean, just buy like the Evian face mist, which that's kind of hard to find sometime, but I really do like this. We're just gonna go for it. We're in a different position today, so the background may not be cute. Usually if I'm in here in the bathroom, you see like my tub and it's pretty back there, but my back's always to the light, so I feel like I'm pretty shadowy. So I thought I would face the, okay, whatever. So that's what we're doing today. So, yeah, I just wanted to, you know, we're just going to talk about everything. And I got some new things as well that came in. So we're going to talk about a few little things right off the jump because I want you guys to be able to get this stuff before it sells out. But yeah, we're going to go through everything like I said. So you guys, this last week, it's been like sales on sales on sales. And I'm like, oh my God. The anniversary sale, we shopped. This is from the anniversary sale. This is what I said, it's the cardigan set that I was like, okay, we're not buying dumb cardigans. We don't need a million of the same ones, a million of like the cheapy cardigans, okay? Or even like really nice ones. We just don't need that. This is a set that comes with like a little crop tube type thing. You can wear it with some bike shorts or with some high-waisted pants or with whatever you want. And then it comes with the jacket too, or with the cardigan. So I got it in black and I really wanted to see how it felt because, I don't know, sometimes reviews, I really like to make my own reviews. I've never not bought something because of a review. Can I even say that? Like, there's so many things I have bought that have terrible reviews and then I end up liking them. People said it was scratchy. This is like the softest, and you guys will buy it and you'll call me out. So I'm telling you, I don't know what happened or why people think it's scratchy. I don't know, I guess everybody's different, but it is just like a million other sweaters and buttery soft sweaters. Like this is like the type of sweater I would love to just wear. Anyways, it doesn't, no itchiness, it's great. But anyways, I also ordered it in the camel and I got these in as well. This was something they didn't have in my store, but I placed an order for them the day that I was there, and it is the brand that does the Baccarat Rouge 540. It's the Maison Francis Curtijon, I don't know. Okay. And it comes with a whole bunch of different ones. All these little, you know, a decent sized spray. One of them being the Baccarat Rouge 540, which is not in here. It's in my, you can kind of see all my little beauty closet hanging dangy in there. But yeah, it comes with that, and it comes with the extract, which we have had in-depth discussions on the regular versus the extract. I prefer the regular, I've owned both. But if you want to try both, they're both in here. And I also know that I love the Amaris, which I've been wearing lately, which is really fresh. And there's a bunch of different ones to try. So I think it's a great thing to get. And I just love having a smaller size of the other one to try. So if you're wanting to try the Baccarat Rouge 540 and you couldn't quite pull the trigger on a fragrance, maybe you can't get somewhere to smell it and it's very expensive, I think that's a great, great option. What else? Okay, so yeah, this for sure. And a few things came in. So I did talk about this in the video. And again, we're not buying just a bunch of junk. These are like, the brands are good, okay? So I'm obsessed, and I used to really be obsessed with the French Connection store. I would go and, you know, shop that particular store. And I forgot to put my rings on. And I don't know, it was just always like, I felt special, whatever. Anyways, I love that they have that brand there. This I did show. It's a nice, kind of like, I think they called it like a popcorn weave sweater. And I saw that Whoops, I saw that they had this as a part of the sale too. It's kind of the same vibe, but it is a sleeveless sweater. And I do like a sleeveless sweater. I think they're very like chic and cute and classic, and I just thought this one was nice. So it's the same brand, kind of the same weave as that sweater. I think this is probably one of the best sweaters in the whole sale. Of course, I repurchased those Free People sweaters that I love, but those are like, I don't say old news, but we've seen those before. This came as well. Just a few days ago, because again, they didn't have this in my store. It's kind of like a knit blazer, and if you look up close, it's like a knit rib, which I think is really cool. And I got it in a size 6. Oh my gosh, so cute with this outfit. Like, this is a good thing. And I got it kind of big because I think by this point we've had so many blazers. We've had fitted ones, we've had whatever. I wanted it to be a little oversized. So cute. So I love that it's not just a typical blazer fabric. Fabric and the stretch makes it different. And I think that it's just very like chic and cool. Again, I think with that sale, you could try on everything and say, it's all great, it's all good, everything. Again, I didn't buy everything just because it was good, or I would have bought tons of stuff. I bought the unique stuff, like the good, unique stuff. Like Prime Day is a little unhinged. Like I like it, okay? Years ago, do you remember the first Prime Day had like 5 items and everyone was like irate? And now it's almost like it's a lot. And I'll be honest, I am all for like a hustle. Like I want you, not a hustle, but just like, I am gonna share sales with you. Like I'm gonna show like the Nordstrom sale, but I'm not in a dressing room trying on every piece from the sale. I cannot, when I see someone promoting the Amazon Prime Day sale, when they never talk about anything else, and it's just like a million stories listing everything. I get it, and that's fine. And you know, I totally do the same thing with things that I believe in, and maybe they do. But like, I'm just not, I show you guys the greatest things like all year, and I am of course gonna focus in on the few things that are amazing during the sale. Do you know what I'm saying? Everything in the sale is great, and I agree with that. Like anything can be great, but I think I just want to show you guys, like I did with the Nordstrom sale, like I did with Amazon Prime Day, because I linked my most amazing camera ever that I use. Hopefully you got it. It was like, I think 15 or 20% off, which is a big deal because this camera is expensive, and it is amazing. So easy. Best video camera ever, and great for travel, for photo. The photos are amazing on this camera. The videos are even better. So, okay, what's my point? My point is, we're just going to share the good stuff. Okay, what am I saying? Okay, I'm just saying Amazon Prime Day was unhinged. That's all I'm going to say. The day wasn't unhinged. I think Amazon did a great job, but I honestly had to get off social media because it's like people that never post about shopping or sales, and then it's just like a million things. I mean, how many vacuum cleaners do you need? Like how many? I think last year I shared my robot vacs with you guys that were a part of it, and probably shared nothing else. I mean, I don't know. I'm just going to share the good stuff, okay? So hopefully you grab the camera. But you gotta grab these, okay? So I get the set in a medium. Again, a set that's probably around $25 for both. It comes with a little more substantial of like a bra top, okay? This one's very like thick and substantial, and for me that usually equals like suffocation, but it's not. It's supportive but soft and giving, yet thick and cool. We're gonna get into it. I really wanted to kind of just show you my routine of what I do in the morning as far as my skincare goes, and then touch on some things that I use at night, because that's what this whole vibe was gonna be, was just like an in-depth skincare video. And originally I was just gonna get ready and then just show the things, which I think that's great too, but I thought I'll demo what I do in the morning and then we're just gonna talk about everything else. But I think, you know, hopefully you can see what my skin really looks like. I think it's wonderful to be able to like just be real. And I've come on here with a face full of acne in my late 20s, which nightmare from hell, okay? Went through all my teenage years, you know, I'm not gonna break out, you know, like just, and then no, it hit me in my late 20s, and we talked about it, you know? I'm gonna be 38 in a few days. I'm dealing with some hyperpigmentation issues, some melasma, but yet I still get breakouts. So people are like, wait a minute, you know, like, are you a teenager or are you pushing 40, as I really am? Fully don't look like a teenager, but I'm just saying, like, it gets tricky. And for me, dermatologists always just want to like push one thing on you that their reps are pushing on them, or just this, that, things that don't work. And I found over the years, my skin has gotten so much better as I've nourished it, as I've taken care of it, but yet I'm careful about using things that are not pore clogging. And I just kind of want to go over that too. And I want to like really also address aging. I embrace my age. I will embrace it as I get older. I'm not going to be the person that's like, oh my gosh, I can't look older. But I think there's things that we can do to make our skin look better. And part of doing this video is being real with you guys. I want to share everything that I do. I am just turned off by the amount of just quick little videos that you see that are full of filters, or you can't really see someone's like true opinion on something because they're just promoting something. So you just see them like use it in a flash. And I really want to get in depth about these things. I want to talk about things, and I want to like bench a little as I do, because like I can't with like, okay, I've always said over the years, mascaras, right? Nothing worse than seeing a mascara ad where the model's using falsies, or where you can see that it's been enhanced, you know? Same goes for celebrity skincare brands, where they show this up close image and you see these pores and you think, oh, wow, and you see the comments like, oh my gosh, yes, real skin, yes. That is a pore filter. And I don't understand what people don't get about this. That is a filter. It's like, you know, when you're on like Facetune, I'm gonna be honest with you, and people blur the hell out of their skin, and then they go to the texture tool, but then they put texture back on it to make it look like you're not just blurred out. That's what skincare brands are doing, and I hate that. I just want to see someone's real face. I want to see your skin. And it's not just, I know you think I'm talking about like Kim, that's not the one, that's not what I'm talking about. And it's not even a brand that's as big as that, but it's someone that's like backs a brand that like, she's kind of known for being a little crunchy and like wants to be, and I'm like, no, stop putting the pore filter on your face. Am I up too close and personal, speaking of being real and not wanting you to see like every pore on my face? So yeah, we're gonna get into it. So what I did this morning, so this morning I washed my face, and I hear a lot of people say like, you know, the worst thing you can do in the morning is strip your face. I agree, especially when you have acne or when you are breakout prone. You know, you see people that just say, just put some water on your skin. Well, you do have to, I don't want to say have to, but it's a good idea to wash up the oils from the night before, things that have sat on your face, oils that have sat on your face. Okay, whatever, oh my God. That's a good idea to remove bacteria. I mean, I just don't understand not washing your face in the morning, but you have to use a product that is nourishing. And, you know, I've used things from the drugstore, I've used things here and there, and I'll be honest, when I was gonna try the skin stuff, which this is not a sponsored skin video, there's only just a couple things, I'm gonna get onto all my other brands, and that's truly what I do. I do not stick with just one thing or the other. I really pull the best from a lot of different brands, and I kind of like curate my own thing. Otherwise, what's the point? Like, where is the advice? Just go buy all one brand. You don't need anyone on YouTube to tell you about that, okay? But you know, I'll tell you like how everything kind of works together. But I'm very comfortable, and I was very comfortable with my skin routine. I do have to be very careful about what I add in, but I thought, well, the cleanser might be pretty harmless to add in, right? And I'm really glad that I tried it. I do really like it. It is not super foamy. It's just sort of a peachy colored, like pearly cleanser that, you know, is just creamy and does lather a tad bit, not really, you know, but I don't know, it really cleans your face. It has no fragrance. Almost feels like a lotion on the back of my hands, but it does clean your face. It's not gonna, I'm gonna put that fully on the edge of my sink. Can I save that? That might be gross to use later. Okay, probably not the best idea, but even just rubbing it into my hand, it just feels really nice. So I did use that this morning. It's fragrance free, which, you know, I appreciate it like that. So I really do like that, and they are pretty. They're really nice to kind of like sit by your sink, and I think all of her stuff is, I read, it meets the clean standards of like Ulta and Sephora, so pretty good, like great ingredients, and I think that's a really nice cleanser. So just a simple, like basic, just clean your face, right? Get it clean, don't strip it. I have lately forgone a lot of the harsher things that I would use. Not harsher, but things that had like acne ingredients. I don't really use the Kate Somerville anti-bac anymore. I kind of experimented with kind of like pulling back on that. It has the benzoyl peroxide in it. I haven't noticed much of a difference. So I'm kind of feathering that out, which is kind of interesting. But I want to show you this. Now, washed my face. The next thing I would do, I don't feel that toners are always super necessary unless if you really just like not balanced or you stripped your skin or you're not just going to go into like a nice moisturizer. That's not what I'm saying. If you do use one, it means that you're doing something wrong. You can definitely use one. I just don't think that they're necessary. So I want to show you what I do when I use this. This Nuface device, I believe, is a part of the anniversary sale. And what it does, especially as you get older, like it kind of lifts this. Now it's not gonna be permanent, okay? Or else you're gonna have to like use it over time. You're gonna have to continue to use it to see results. So it comes with, and I think you can purchase, you know, like serums and stuff that you use with it. I don't like to buy or to put a lot of extra things on my face. I just use the moisturizer that I would use anyways. I don't use this unless if I use the Nuface usually. But you use, you know, a little bit of this. I've never demoed the Nuface actually on here, but you start with putting, you know, I have it on this side too, but I'm gonna wait and put it on when I do this side. Do it just in the area where you're gonna use the Nuface, which I only use it here. I can't use it on my neck, it freaks me out. Can't use it on my forehead, it like tingles and feels bizarre. From the time I got it, I just used it on the highest setting. So you can kind of hear, and you start doing this, watch. And then that means you go to the next section. I do it in 3 sections on each side. 3 passes each. And then I go a little higher. Not too high. I don't want to get too close to my eyes. Sometimes it feels weird. Then go back to the jaw. Really focus it around the jaw. And just move it kind of slow. You can kind of feel it twitching a little. Sometimes that was me shutting my eyes because like it kind of hurt. Which, not like hurt bad, but like if your lotion starts drying, you'll notice popping, like little like tingly shocks. And what you want to do is keep your skin wet, not wet but damp with your moisturizer. So if you find that it's hurting, you need more moisturizer, or you need more of like a slip. Was that 3 passes? I'm talking, so I'm not like paying attention to what I'm doing. And I mean, people do it all different ways. Like you can, again, like I've seen people, I mean, I don't want to say like do it crazy ways, but like I just do it the way the Nuface demo said to do it. So when people say like, oh, demo this, I get it. And maybe that's helpful to see what I just did. But you can like literally look and see what they say to do and just do it the same way. But I just kind of like press it hard, you know? But again, if you're feeling any tingling or any burning or it hurts, it means that your moisturizer or whatever you're using, like as the conductor, because you cannot use it on dry skin or it will pop the hell out of you. That just means it's too dry. So you just kind of go. But I use it in the morning. I see a lot of people doing this like as part of their nighttime routine, and I used to, but I will say I do find twitching. And maybe sometimes I'll do it like a couple extra times just around the jaw. I do find that, especially since it does provide like a lifting effect or a tightening effect, why not use that in the morning? But the biggest thing with this is that you cannot use it, which I did not know that. One of you guys told me, who I guess is like an esthetician, which I learned so much from you guys. You cannot use this with any oil-based products, or say like after I washed my face, I used a skin oil. You can't really use this over it because you don't feel a difference, but the oils block the current, I guess. So the current kind of stimulates, what it's doing is stimulating your muscles and kind of providing like a lifting effect. So sure, you may not notice some huge effect, but I do notice it tightening this area over time. Like if I use it every other day, I do notice like a good difference. So definitely pick that up. I'd say that's a good thing to try. And then I also brought this in, which I usually will use this at night if I'm gonna use it. Gosh, between the two of them, I don't think you can really choose, because the bigger device is really just for like lifting, okay, this area. But then this device, which I forgot exactly what it's called, but it is a part of the sale as well. This is for like fine lines. So say you have a really deep forehead line. So you have deep lines around your lips or your mouth or here. You turn it on. You're not gonna be able to hear it or anything, but it's just very like, it kind of feels like it's vibrating, but it does the same thing as that. So it kind of like, when you use it, you're gonna use it like that. Now, I would only use this at night. I use it with this, which is the Fix Line Smoothing Serum, which I really love, and I would put it right here, and I'll show you, this is what I do. It says to use it like an eraser. Imagine like something's on your face and you're erasing it. So do like little eraser motions, up and down, back and forth, swirling, and I'll do it maybe like a minute for each side. And I feel like it really plumps this area. It really fills in fine lines. And again, like I said, if you have a deep forehead line or something, like you could use this, and it kind of, I don't want to say irritates it, because it doesn't, but it makes your skin plump up around those areas. People use it on their lips. I've never used it on my lips. I've just used it around this area. So another good thing, I think, to try, right? Speaking of lines, fine lines and all that, like, I just want to be honest with you guys as far as injectables, Botox. I have always been transparent. I have so many videos where I've talked about it, just like in videos about other things. Oh, I got my Botox yesterday, or I don't have any right now, or this or that, whatever. And then I have ones that are specifically called like injectables, where we do kind of talk about it, where I kind of feel like I helped not teach you guys about, but dispel some of what I see are common misconceptions about injectables, whether they be Botox or filler. I've taken you guys along for my appointment where you can actually see what she's doing and see the needles going into my face. As far as filler, I just have it in my lips. I feel like filler is a slippery slope, especially for a lot of people nowadays. You go in and you say, oh, give me a refresh. If you haven't noticed your face like really hollowing in a certain area where it used to not be, or whatever, I wouldn't go that route and say, refresh me, put filler in my face. I think filler is such a wonderful thing. If you have a divot somewhere, if you have, you know, something that you want to make symmetrical with another side, or you have a, you know, something on one side, like I said, that's a divot, or I don't know, or you have like you've lost a ton of volume somewhere, which they can put back, and then you'll just look like yourself if you go to someone good, okay? I've seen people do amazing things with it for noses. A lot of people that feel like they're so savvy with like spotting befores and afters. Oh, what did this person do? What did this person do? And they always say, oh, that person had a nose job. This person had this, that. And I'm like, like they call it a liquid nose job. And it's not even a nose. I mean, it's literally like a lesser thing than getting your lips done. It's like they just do, like put it. And I've never done that. I have no desire to do that. My nose is my nose. But I think my lips were the best thing I ever did for my face. Now, sometimes, like, I like them when they go down a little. I do like them when they're pretty big right now. They'll go down and they'll be great. They last a long time. I probably don't need them done for at least a year, okay? And I don't mean done completely. I mean just little touch-ups. When I started getting them, I started very small. And I feel like for my face, I had very small lips. I have a very prominent chin, nose, like very large facial features. But my lips were very small and kind of like dipped in right here. And I look back at pictures of myself before and I'm like, you know, I looked great, but I like the balance of my face now more with the lips. I remember when I was in 8th grade, 7th, 8th grade, and I had braces for like 1 year. I remember loving having braces, which is so crazy. I thought I looked so like different and good, and I liked it. And when they were removed, I was disappointed. And I remember, and I realize now why I liked that so much was because the braces were pushing my lips out a little, not making my lips look bigger, but just giving my profile like a little more balance with my lips sticking out a little bit. So I don't think you should go to someone and say, give me lips, give me this, give me that. Address what your face could benefit from or what you would like, you know what I mean? It's not a one size fits all, give me lips, give me this, put some filler in my face. be very careful with that stuff. And as far as Botox goes, I get such a minimal amount that sometimes I'm like, did it even do anything other than just smooth my forehead? I technically have it now, but you can see like I can move, I can do everything. It's just maybe a little, like it just doesn't scrunch up my head as much, but I still have all of the expression. And I think when I have Botox, you can't really tell. Like I couldn't even look back at videos and say, oh, I have it here, or I don't have it here. And the reason I'm talking about this so much is because you can't do a skincare video or suggest things. You're, oh, look at my skin, it looks good. But then not be transparent about what all you're doing. I feel like no matter what procedure you get, you owe nobody anything. You share what you want to share. But I do have a hard opinion of, if you are someone like me or someone that's gonna come on and start like talking about skincare, or look at how good my skin looks and buy this product, or let me suggest this product, you shouldn't buy this product without knowing what else is going on as well. Do you know what I'm saying? But the Botox for me, what always kind of brings me back, because I've had times where I'm like, you know, it wears off, and mine wears off. I mean, mine probably is already worn off, because mine wears off like pretty quick, like within a couple months. And I don't want to go that often. I might go once every 6 to 8 months. By then it is long gone. But I've told myself before too, there's times when I'm like, I'm not going to get it anymore because I don't care. You know, it's not like it's such a huge difference before and after. But when I do get it, I'm like, oh, I see why I like it. Because it's not that it makes your face look different, and it shouldn't if you're going to the right person. It just makes your skin look, honestly, 10 years younger. There's no crepiness. If you get up close to your forehead, like after a day or after like whatever, it might look a little dry, it might look a little crepey, it might look a little, you know, lines and stuff, which is fine. That's your skin, okay? Skin should look like skin. But what the Botox does is it should, I feel, you can still make expressions and stuff, but your skin doesn't scrunch up because maybe the movements are less intense depending on how much Botox you're gonna get, whatever. So it truly is, I believe, and can be and is a preventative measure for like keeping your skin looking smooth. My makeup goes on so smooth, I feel like my skin just looks like juicy and like smooth, okay? But that's that. Okay, so let's go back to where we were. Okay, wash your face in the morning. If I am gonna use the Nuface, then I do that. And then everything else I do just layers on perfectly. Now, I've talked about skin oils a lot. This is my all-time favorite, the Colleen Rothschild Face Oil number 9. If you're a breakout prone like me, I'm very prone to like milia, very like little hard like clogged pores. Okay, and you look at my nose, there's not a pore on it. My forehead, like and I feel it here too. You can prevent that, okay, with the products that you use. But I feel that if you don't moisturize enough, your skin's going to get sucked dry. It's gonna start producing more oil. And then for me, that's what usually causes like clogging. So if I just keep my skin moisturized and well nourished, I don't get oily. I just don't. I don't get as oily, and I have pretty oily skin. So you might be, as a breakout prone person like me, or someone that's prone to like clogged pores, afraid of facial oils. They're not all pore clogging. There's none of that in this. This I use at night. Sometimes you notice when you use certain ingredients, like you'll layer an oil over a moisturizer or over whatever, and it pills up. That means like you've mixed ingredients like an oil-based versus a water-based, or certain times you can layer those up, and sometimes you can't. There might be like a silicone that balls up, but what I do, everything that I'm suggesting to you will not do that from like morning to night. So I did the Nuface, and I've been using the Skinny Confidential facial oil in the morning. The Colleen Rothschild is my nighttime amazing, just perfect oil. You can use it in the daytime too, but I like sort of a more watery oil during the daytime, and I do like the Skinny Confidential one. Sometimes the smell of it not bothers me, but I just thought I'll try something. When I ordered that, you know, the face wash, I thought I'll try this. Now, the Skin brand has a bunch of different oils. Well, not a bunch, but there's three different ones that could be a little confusing. So I ordered also the oil drops from Skin. There's a couple different ones. So these are the oil drops, the Vita C Glow, and I thought this would be perfect for the daytime since it has a little bit of the vitamin C. It's amazing. It doesn't have a scent to it. It passes that whole check from that website. It is so watery, which is a great thing. No smell, which I really appreciate. I get it up under my eyes when I use a facial oil. I just really, really love it. And I love that it doesn't have a scent. Always your neck. Don't forget your neck. And I always say this, the back of your hands. Oil's always running between your fingertips. I feel like the back of my hands look really good. And I don't know if I've ever mentioned this. I'm sure I have, because this is just like a basic thing that I always do. Anytime I use a moisturizer or I use an oil or anything, rub it on the back of your hands, okay? Your hands will always look really nice. So I really am into that oil. I think it's great for the daytime. Your makeup goes on perfectly over it, or if you need to apply SPF over, SPF should always be your last step. If you use a skin oil, which is so popular right now, do not ever apply that as you would think, oh, that needs to be my last step. It doesn't, because it's just gonna wipe off every single thing you've put under it, including your SPF, and your SPF's a waste. So this is what I do every morning, and it is helpful, and it works, okay? And before I was using the skin oil, I was using the Skinny Confidential oil, which I really do like that one as well, but this is the one I'm gonna be repurchasing from now on. And then the Colleen Rothschild is my nighttime oil, and I'll run through that later. Okay, so really nice. And there's also one that she has, it's called like night oil drops. I like the Colleen, so I don't think I would try those. I'm sure they're great too. And again, I don't like to layer a whole bunch of stuff. So usually I just wash my face. I didn't use the Nuface. I'd go right in to the oil drops. The only reason that I really use this is because you have to put something under the Nuface. And for whatever reason, this stuff, this moisture cushion, is nice because it doesn't really react to anything else that I apply with it. Like, it doesn't pill up under. I just can't stop touching my skin. It just feels really good. Sometimes, like, I will just really embrace this and just go with my skin like this because it's really nice. But if you are an SPF person, then you're gonna have to layer it over this. You're just gonna, and you cannot put, again, I'm gonna say it because I see so many people that then do their oil last. And I'm like, you may as well just throw your SPF or whatever you're doing in the garbage. I mean, that's not doing anything for you, okay? So if you are really like pro, like gotta use SPF, you gotta use that last, and you have to layer that on top of the oil. I see so many people that swear by like, you have to use the oil last. And I'm like, sure, but you may as well just throw away everything you used before that in the trash, including your SPF. So what I like is that my skin is really moisturized. I can just leave and be fine with that. But if you must, apply an SPF if you want to, which I do. And I have gotten back into that, and I feel like my skin is looking better. My hyperpigmentation is better. And I don't know if it's because this is like a skin tone correcting moisturizer that has like ingredients to fade that as well, or if it's just that I'm taking better care of my skin and not like, you know, tanning my face and stuff, which I have done that my whole life. So I feel like 438 my skin looks good considering all of the shit I put it through, okay? Let's just be honest, but I am taking good care of it now. But I am trying to be realistic, but also take care of my skin. So I like that the oil is so nourishing that then you could use just a basic SPF. If it's not one that has like moisture to it, you could just put that on top and you're good to go because you've got the oil underneath. But this is like an SPF with the moisturizer and the skin tone protector, or the skin tone evener, I guess, in it. And I like the lotion version of this. I used to use the one in the jar, which I think might be a little thick to use with the oil, but this just glides right over, blends just perfectly with that oil. But I also have that little like benefit of the SPF, okay? And that's it for my face. But I want to show you like a few little eye things, and then we'll get into some, you know, some extra little treatments and some extra fun things, and I'll run through what I use at night. This I use every single, oh, the mirror right here, every single morning and every single night. Your makeup goes on beautifully over. It's the Perricone Eyelid Lift Serum. You can see I just put it right there in that little crease of my eye, and it's just amazing. And I feel like my eye area looks really good. I don't have any like sagging or creping. It doesn't, I hate to say this, like I do feel like my skin, of course I've learned more over the years, I'm using better stuff, but I feel like my skin looks better than it did when I was 20 years old. Like, and I'll be honest, like, and it's not, I even feel like that with my eyes and, you know, just in the way they look, like, everything's good, but I'm also realistic about, again, about aging. Anything you see like that, that's just like old scars or whatever, but currently, I don't have any breakouts or anything, which is nice, but my skin is just like, even, maybe you saw, even when I put the moisturizer on, my skin gets really red or just like flushes, so, but in like a couple minutes after I do this and walk around my house, I catch myself in the mirror on these like total no makeup free days, and I really like my face. I really am proud of my skin, but you know, it's a good feeling. And I think anyone can get there. Like, we're so used to seeing ourselves with makeup on, and you know, there's days too where I'm like, okay, I'll put on a little bit of eyeliner or some mascara, put a little bit of concealer on if I've got something going on or some redness or a little breakout, which happens. But you know, for the most part, I feel like I'm doing pretty good. Okay, I've tried so many different eye creams, and I just feel like this, for morning, for night, the Colleen Rothschild Complete Eye Cream is my favorite. I love the consistency of it. You can put makeup right over it. It's beautiful. I could put my concealer right on over this and it would be great. But I do feel like it has all the ingredients that are good, like for anti-dark circles, obviously for wrinkle reduction because you're moisturizing your skin, like long-term benefits, whatever. I just really do like it. Puffiness, it's just a good one. And that is the morning vibe. So yeah, this is a long video because we're very like talkative and we're in depth about everything. But as far as just like the products used in the morning, very simple, right? You could just the cleanser, right into your face oil. The Nuface thing was just an extra thing that I showed you guys. But you use that a couple times a week, I think, because you want to be consistent with it, but you don't have to use it every day. I'm looking at my hair, like I totally forgot about my hair today, which is kind of funny. Okay, whatever. Like this is my morning like bed like ponytail. Probably I probably slept in this last night, and then I was gonna do a cuter one. I just forgot. Okay. So it's essentially just like face wash, your oil, SPF, and then your eye cream and stuff. Now, go into your makeup or don't. But at night, I want to say things get a little different. Now, at nighttime, I've always used a physical scrub. I feel like a physical scrub is just, I always say there's nothing like it. I think for anti-aging, you know, I go to dermatologists, I go to different people, you know, where I get my injectables, whatever. I always get complimented on my skin texture. I feel like my skin looks younger because of that. Sure, a physical or a chemical exfoliant, the AHAs, BHAs, there's products that I use that have that. Great, okay, but I think you have to also have something with a physical exfoliant. It's going to help with wrinkles, it's going to help with your pores, breakouts, but you have to use the right one. For years, I've always really loved the Lancer scrub, the one that's for combination skin. It's a little more pepperminty in how it smells, and it does have the extra like salicylic, but recently I've been using, over the last couple months, I've been using just the regular one. And I will say the lavender scent really turned me off. It's not that I hate lavender, it's just that I don't want to put lavender oil on my face. I can feel it could be kind of irritating. And I did notice I had a few breakouts using that one. So I was like, so I just started using this at night, which has been great. But I'll show you the exfoliator that's coming. I've been using a sample that I really do love. But this is truly all you need at night. I obviously, let me get my little rag. I obviously always remove my makeup, or even if I just go like this, I still use this because it's kind of like, well, it's a cleansing balm. So it's the Radiant Cleansing Balm. You've heard me talk about this a million times, and I love how I'm just like telling you this, how you, like, as if you know nothing about it. But it kind of doubles as your physical exfoliant. I mean, it doesn't have scrubbies in it, but it comes with a muslin cloth. So you are using the cloth to, you know, and that creates a nice exfoliation too, but it gets your makeup off and it also cleanses. So it's like a kind of a balmy type product. You get a little on your fingertips. You don't wet your face first. You put it on straight over, whether it's skin like mine with no makeup on it, or put it on straight over your makeup. Get your cloth really hot, and then, you know, put it on your face. and kind of just wipe it all off, wipe the day off. And I feel like it does provide a little bit of an exfoliant, but I knew that I definitely wanted another one. And oh, nice. That's gonna probably drive me nuts. Hope that wasn't on there the whole video. But you can truly just use the Radiant Cleansing Balm as your nighttime makeup remover and cleanser, okay? Or you could use it as your makeup remover on the days where you're wearing, you know, a lot of makeup or a little bit more, and then use another exfoliant, like I would use the Lancer. And when I ordered the skin stuff, I got a sample of her exfoliator. Now, this is the only product in the line that has a scent to it. I'm not sponsored by this in any way. I'm just giving you guys the information because I really do like this stuff. And it said it's a lavender scent, so I thought, well, it doesn't smell like lavender at all. It's actually the most beautiful scent, but it's not like overpowering. But exfoliators can be so night and day, okay? So like the Colleen Rothschild, the enzyme, is it called the enzyme scrub? I love that, but it's not one that you can, it's not one that I can use nightly. It is so heavy duty. So like, you know, you can use this every single night, maybe like a couple times or once a week, use the Colleen Rothschild scrub. But I like a scrub that I can use like every night, okay? That's what I'm kind of used to. I love this so much. I ordered it. It's not here yet, but I'm like, I've gotten like 5 uses out of this. I keep like getting a little more. Tonight's probably my last one. But the consistency of this is the Lancer scrub. I feel kind of like she modeled it after that, like I'm sure, because that's the best scrub. It's so unique. When you use it, it's like tons of little beads. It's not just like one hard one every now and then that you're just like scrubbing around your face. It's like a paste of just pure exfoliation, and then when you rinse it off, your skin is soft and comfortable, and it smells really good. And I gotta be honest, like I do really like the packaging. I know the whole like aesthetic, you know, whatever is important as far as like her with this brand, but it is nice. And I talked about eye cream. I did buy the eye cream too, which I've used once or twice. I don't think it's any better than the Colleen. I think Colleen's is just my favorite, but I'm gonna use that eye cream and it's great. What else? So yeah, at night I use my scrub, and then I do use the agave peel pads. They don't fit in my little medicine cabinet, so I keep them in there. They have the AHAs, and it's nice. It's like right after cleansing, you put it, you know, you use it. I don't use them every night. I also used to use the PTR peel pads. Those are good too. Is that what they were called? Peel pads. Those are great too. But I do prefer the agave ones by Colleen. I'll link to everything that I'm talking about. So use those if you want. And then I go in with my nighttime oil. So I feel like my routine has really simplified, and you're gonna see this, you're gonna see all these things listed, but really in the morning, it's just cleansing, oil. It's just wash your face, put on your oil, put on some SPF. At night, it's take your makeup off, exfoliate your face, oil, and whatever, okay? But my nighttime is a little different. So this, I feel, is just, this oil is amazing. But right after I wash my face at night, I don't do this every night, but after I wash my face, and this is like a lot, but whatever, we're just not rushing us. We're like, I am giving you all of the information, okay? At night, wash my face, and I do this maybe 3 times a week when I have time. I really like the steamer. It's a very, very good steamer. And I find that when I use it, it does make my face look softer. The idea is that it does, you know, open your pores, but I feel like for me, it more so, if I do that consistently, 3 nights a week, right? It doesn't allow my pores to get clogged or hardened, or, you know what I'm saying? It just, my skin looks soft and even and stays clearer. So I use that. And I keep like a jug of distilled water under my sink because I really want to take care of it, and I don't want it to get, you know, gross. So use that. And then right after that, I use my, I use this after. I'm trying to think in my mind because I'm not doing it. This is my nighttime. I love this. This is something that I gotta say, like, it's a serum, okay? So use it before your oil. I gotta say, like, this is something that I have tried to do without. I always notice a difference without it. I feel like my skin's clear with it. I don't know if it's like the peptides or what, but it's the TNS Advanced Serum. It's made by Skin Medica, which is the clinical skincare brand by the company, by Allergan, which is the company that does Botox, Juvederm. So They make this Skin Medica brand, and it says you can look 6 years younger after 12 weeks. I always say that because it's funny, but it's an intensive treatment serum. It supports rapid, comprehensive skin rejuvenation with significant visible improvements, of course, wrinkles, fine lines, and overall texture. I think it is from, I think she told me it has the highest concentration of like a human growth factor, which I guess is like a peptide of anything that you can get. I guess, I don't know, but it's very expensive. I try to just use it a little bit at a time and treat it like gold, but I do feel like my skin just looks more like, and just younger and glowier and clearer. So I really do love that. So I use that, and it's not super moisturizing or anything. It just soaks into your skin, okay? So it doesn't feel like a layer upon a layer upon a layer. So after the serum, I use my oil, and this is just so relaxing. The face oil number 9. It is still a very, like I said, it's a nourishing oil. It's not going to break you out, but it's a little, I don't want to say thicker, but a little more nourishing than like this that I use during the day, or like the oil that I used to use during the day. But anyways, I use that at night, and it just, I feel like my skin just glows. When I wake up in the morning, it looks smooth. It's just so glowy. And I want to say that's it, but then, you know, you saw what I did with my eyes. Just do the same thing at night. And then I always am so religious about this, because I've done this for years. The brow serum and the lash serum, I did not, wow, again, I'm just keeping it real in this video. My brows have nothing on them, and I wish I would have combed them for this video, but I did not. So I think it's okay. But anyways, this is what I do. At night, I take this. Man, I usually don't do this during the day, but whatever. I'm gonna be really, you know, and I just goop it up. Now the new one, the new version of the new brow, the new version of this, which is not the same brand as my lash serum. I know, it's like, again, I use what works. Okay, this works better for me. New version of this product that I bought during the anniversary sale, because I only buy these during the anniversary sale, because you can essentially like do a buy one, get one free type thing. It comes in a set of 2 for the price of 1 for each of these. So I buy like a couple sets each. So the new packaging of this has like almost a mascara spoolie instead of a brush. And I like gooping it on right here. So that's like my main spot, which it has grown back so much of my brows right here. I don't know, I just hope that this spoolie is gonna be good, or I may have to switch to something else. I just hate it when they change packaging, but this is the best brow serum ever. And then the lash serum, you guys, my lashes are kind of insane. Like, I'm just gonna say. This is way up close and personal. I feel like I'm being blinded. Probably not attractive at all. I just do this once a day, every night. You just use it like a, let's do it, who cares? And I'm not even using a mirror, so I'm just gonna, you just do it like you would apply a liquid liner all the way to the middle. And let me get started. Just to feel it first. Again, I'm setting up the camera so weird today, so like I cannot see anything I'm doing. I can barely even see myself in the little monitor. So we've got a real profesh setup here. And it not only makes them longer, because I think that's what people think about with lash serums is, you know, they're gonna have really long eyelashes. Yes, okay. But what really gets me about this is how thick it makes them. Like, it grows lashes in between lashes that you never thought was possible. And it's just amazing. And people always ask me, like, do you have any lid darkening or any like eye color darkening? Personally, I don't. I've never had my eye color change because of this. I've seen some prescription ones that give that warning. I don't know if this has that, but I think people just associate that with everything. I've never experienced that with this, so I kind of like it. And even if it did like darken my actual lid, like on the lash line, right where I apply it, wouldn't be mad at that, okay? And maybe it has a little bit, but I kind of like that. You know, it just looks like I'm wearing makeup when I'm not. I feel like because of that serum, because of like the lash serum, the brow serum, because of the good skincare, I can get away with not wearing makeup as much, with having more time with, and I know we're filming this like a long ass video today, but the products are pretty simple when you just look at it, and it's good stuff. It's a good routine. just be consistent with your lash serum and your brow serum. I just think it's one of the best things that I ever started doing with the serums. So at the end, I'm gonna kind of circle back because I didn't want to be adding in so many extras during it. Kind of wish I would have waited on the Nuface thing to show, but I wanted to actually demo it, so I guess that was good. But I just wanted to truly take you through just the basic routines. And then now I'm gonna share with you guys some things that you can add in. So you don't need to go nuts buying a million different facial treatments, a million different masks. For me, I am pretty set with my routine. If anything, over the last several months, the last year, I've removed things from the routine, like the anti-bac, like the pads all the time, like, you know, certain things like that. And I've added in more effective things, but simpler. I use fewer products, okay? It's like 3 things, like a cleanser, an oil, and an SPF, and at night it would just be a cleanser and oil, but I have to use that serum because it's so good. Of course, your eye stuff, but I think something nice to do if you are set in your skincare routine and you have products that you like is maybe throwing in like a mask every now and then, or just at least having a few masks that do address different things. So this is something that I absolutely love. I have repurchased again and again. It's the Violet C Radiance Mask by Tatcha. Now it is a purple mask. When you put it on, it's pretty, it does kind of have a light little lavender citrusy scent. But what it does is, you know, you put it on, I leave it on for like 20 minutes or so. When you rinse it off, your face does look really bright and even. And I know that seems kind of like like one of those things, like, is that just, you know, but I really do find that it works, okay? And I don't like a lot of unnecessary things. I think most things don't work, I'm just gonna be honest. But I do think this really does kind of make my skin texture, my skin pigmentation look more even. Get a little update on the Cispera stuff in just a second. Let's save that for last. And then I always swear by this, the TLC Sukari Baby Facial by Drunk Elephant, 25% AHA, 2% BHA. And it literally is like this, it looks clear when you put it on, dries kind of sticky. Leave it on for about 20 minutes, rinse it off, use it once a week, and it truly cleans out your pores. Like, it dissolves, I think, like the lining of your pores, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, this is what keeps, I feel my pores looking clean. Of course, then that leads to fewer breakouts, but it really helps with your skin texture, such a game changer. If you find yourself looking and your skin looks rough, or doesn't feel soft, or you can like feel little pores, you never should have that. Like, you don't have to have that. Like, use that, use a physical exfoliant, you'll be good. Steam your face, okay? But when my skin is a little problematic, this is my favorite thing. You always think of, like, you know, these masks that are super clarifying, that are like mud masks or really like white and chalky, and they suck the life out of your skin. And people say, oh, but now I'm gonna purge. Now my skin's gonna break out. That's your skin overcompensating from all of the stuff that you've sucked out of it, good or bad. And it is like trying to, you've irritated it or you've sucked all the life out of it. That shouldn't really have to happen. This is amazing. It is the Colleen Rothschild Clarifying Detox Mask. I have talked about this for years. It goes on very dark. I love the smell of this. I don't know, I always say that. The smell of this is just very good to me, but it's charcoal. It has like silver in it, which is antibacterial, so it's great for breakouts, but it does dry, you know, like a typical like clarifying mask would. But when you remove it, your skin feels slippery and it feels moisturized and it feels loved. And I just think there is no better clarifying mask than that. It's so, so good. So people have asked me to update on this, the Cispera Intensive Pigment Corrector. Months ago, I was telling you guys about like my issues with melasma. Maybe you can see it now, maybe you can't. It comes out stronger sometimes than others. Melasma is just it's patches of skin discoloration, think hyperpigmentation. That typically happens to people due to hormonal changes. So in women, it can happen when you get older, after you have babies, after years of birth control that has like gone like whoop, whoop, whoop with your hormones. I'm very kind of sensitive to stuff like that. And I noticed years ago that I was getting a little bit of melasma in certain areas of my face. I have a little strip of it here. I have like some dark shadows of it here. which is not cute. And my biggest though is this triangle on my forehead now. People say it's brought on by sun exposure. Last year, the year before, I was in the sun more than ever and wasn't being very careful. It didn't come out at all. Okay, I mean, it's always there, but it dies down, like you can't see it, you know what I mean? And then there's years when in the past I've used retinols, or I've used certain retinols, or really, they say like some aggressive skin treatments or certain products that you use that might be a little irritating can bring it out too. Retinols usually aren't great for me in general. I think people say, oh, it's the gold standard of skincare. Sure, I think that's from a dermatologist perspective, and that they just, if you guys have ever gone to a dermatologist for anything, they're gonna throw retinol at you. And I've had 2 different dermatologists tell me that after even doing that, my skin can't take it. For whatever reason, my skin does not work with retinols. I've used all different types now, certain different levels, maybe of a product that might have a little something in it here and there, it's fine. But heavy duty retinols are not my friend. They wreck my skin, they make me break out, it's not even like a sensitive thing because people have to get used to it with the peeling and the redness. That's never been anything that's happened to me. It just makes my skin pump oil and it makes me break out, and it just makes my hyperpigmentation and my melasma really kick, okay? And that's that with retinol, and I don't use it. My skin looks 10 times better for it. Not everybody can use all the same things, but melasma can also be brought out with heat. So I think that could have been it too. I was, again, this year thought, oh wow, I'm out in the sun a lot more. I've gotten more of a tan than ever. I'm going to really take care of my skin. So I was wearing a lot of hats, and the heat from the hat alone would bring out the melasma. 6 months or so, I've noticed it being kind of bad. So I went to my doctor's office, or to, my derm office, and they raved about the Suspera. I've seen the befores and after. It's amazing. I do think it works. It's very stinky, very disgusting. If you're gonna use this, first thing in the morning, before you put don't splash your face with water, don't do anything. You could have the oiliest skin, whatever. You have to use this over dirty or oily skin so that it has that barrier. You put it on in the morning, and then I would go downstairs, make my smoothie, whatever, and then I would come back upstairs and wash it off. But it was almost too much for me to take because the smell made me physically sick, like wanting to vomit, physically sick. It's like a really disgusting, bad smell. But again, I'm like, I can get over it. You only wear it for 15 minutes, take it off. You don't smell it the rest of the day. Now they sell a kit that comes with like a face wash that neutralizes the smell, or this, once you wash it off with anything, you can't smell it. So I feel like that's unnecessary. I'm sure it's a great product, but I just feel like it's unnecessary. But I really used it for a while, and I know it's a long-term thing, so I know I didn't give it enough chance, but I have not used it in a long time because I feel like naturally the melasma started dying down because I was wearing more SPF. I was trying to wear like a visor here, or a hat that didn't come down so far over my head to like make it hot to where it would come out. Does that make sense? So it's fine, but I do feel like my melasma's gotten better. Is it just because I'm in a phase where it's naturally dying down? Or is it the month that I use the Suspera all the time? I don't know. And after you use the Suspera every day for I think a couple months, then you just do a maintenance where then you just use it once a week. So I feel like I kind of jumped into that. Like, maybe I should just start doing that. I don't know. It just smells so bad, you guys. I can't. No knocking the product. It just stinks. Smells like shit. Something I mentioned a minute ago. This is, I would say, not in my realm of like the skincare products that I'm using, but it is something that it is a skincare thing. Over the years on here, I remember you guys thought I was nuts years back when I was talking about that face roller and how it really changed how my face looked. I think that's why I got eye filler that time years ago, was because I had rolled out my eye area so much that it was like hollow. Maybe that's not the best thing to do. But yeah, in this area, a face roller, your best friend. But I ordered this when the Skinny Confidential came out with the ice roller, and I really do love it. I love this thing so much. I have another one in my closet that I was gonna give to I just have another one. I love this so much. It's the best thing ever. I even got the little pouch to keep it in, because you keep it in your freezer, okay? So the pouch is nice to have. Vacations, everywhere we go, I bring this. This thing goes with me everywhere. In the morning, I crave it first thing. Like I go downstairs, I make my smoothie, I get this out of the freezer, and I just like go in the living room and I'm just like, I like this because for one, it depuffs your face, it snatches your face in the morning. I think it's great for obviously puffiness and stuff, like duh, but like pores, great. But I like the shape of hers. A lot of ice rollers look like a steamroller, almost like it's hard, like a cylinder, a true cylinder, and that the edges are hard. I like how hers is curved because you can really like get it in that area and really press hard and like, you know, just go to town. Love this thing so much. I do it over my eyes, everything. It's just so good. It's been sitting out here for this whole video and it's still like really, really cold. But I love this thing. Olivia loves it too. She like gets it out and she's like rubbing it all over. It's such a good product. And I think, you know, don't be woo-woo about face rollers. They actually work. You can even get like a quartz roller if you've ever cried or your eyes are puffy. Roll your eyes for 10 minutes and then you'll look good as new. It's longer, but I hope that you got a lot of information. And if you love skincare like me, skincare is like my favorite topic to talk about. I hope that you enjoyed this and you liked seeing what I use and maybe some of the little demos were helpful. I think that we talk so much about makeup. So I think people are really now, the last several years, like embracing the skincare even more because you realize, especially as we get older too, but all this makeup, you can buy the best makeup. It does not matter if your skin is wrecked. I've been there, but I feel like as I've gotten older, I've really discovered more things that have worked. I've fine-tuned my routine. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this. So everything will be linked below. Love you so much, and I will talk to you guys later.